Hello there, Mike the MC, bringing another self-care video. Just going to share with you another topic that I want to discuss, drawing a bit from yesterday's video, but bringing into this one, the loss of creativity. And what do I mean by that? I think as far as this being a reflection, just thinking about the loss of creativity, how it affects not just you and I in terms of work, working with our families, our own personal thinking of how we solve solutions, but really the loss of the person and the identity of that person. And so I'm just thinking about ways of how, thinking from my work experiences, from my school degrees and all the things I've been through, and I wonder, okay, trying to be a counselor in this perspective, something I'll share with anyone who I work with is that to regain your creativity, you must be able to allow the experience to teach you, but then you yourself have these kinds of reflections kind of to yourself and wonder, okay, if I had done this differently, what would have happened? If I had done this other activity at this time or with this other person, would I have a different life? Would I even be in this room right now sharing this conversation with you? And you have the deep thoughts, the deep thinking, and that's one way to regain that creativity and bringing that identity back to you. But then I think there are other ways that people lose it as far as also, okay, the peer pressure, the ability to fit in, everyone wanting to kind of fall in line with what's happening in the community, right? Or for those of the people I've worked with in counseling, I just see this all the time where all the troubles, the circumstances, they force a person, you, into a survival situation. And by living in survival mode, okay, you can be authentic, of course, and I would argue that's actually the best way to survive, doing what you would do in the moment. But then you would also possibly do things that would not possibly be in your line of action, right? Not something you would normally do. And so what I'm drawing with that is this point of survival with this piece is that when you do things that are forced from you and you can never really settle into what you would have done, all right, you're going to carry some trauma. You're going to carry some memories with you from the past into your current life. And you always wonder, if I had done this, okay, that's where you have those kind of regrets in the back of your mind, right? And you think back whenever you have moments to reflect, those regrets, and you think, okay, I am now stuck because of this or that. And the negativity can really eat at your mind, your personality, and everything about you. And so when negativity piles up, that also takes away the creativity, the ability to think away from you. And so when I think about situations, okay, so I'm about to have a review with my professors tomorrow and to conclude my school, and it was a great experience working with clients at my internship. But then I think back, okay, beyond the review, beyond hearing what other people have to say, you yourself, how many of us are brave enough, willing, congruent enough to tell them the truth that, hey, maybe there are things I didn't like. Maybe there are things that could have gone wrong that I wish I probably should have explained to you that, hey, before they got bigger, or maybe things that maybe would put other people in jeopardy just because I saw things. But then, we have to be careful about how we share our ideas. And so I think, okay, beyond the status quo, beyond the reviews, there's also this idea of when you're sharing with your supervisors, people that you're working with in a review, yes, clarity is important, being clear and accurate. And so that can take away your creativity in the moment as well, where your program, maybe you want to help your clients achieve certain levels of growth, but because we're trying to fit in with everything, even among the office folk, all the people in administration, everything is so streamlined to meeting a certain goal that the ability to think, it's taken away. And I think that can take away a program's really unknown factor to accomplish things that no one would see coming. And to have another building, have another program, have another situation to where they can now have events for clients to come and celebrate, to share their own successes. And see, those are the creativity stories you want to hear. How did you overcome your situation from the negative to the positive? How did you overcome your abusers, the people that really took you down? Was it some other solution? Did you think outside the box? And then you're having these conversations and you're thinking, wow, these people have survival. Okay, that's why I kind of reference them back again, because yes, they did things that they normally would not have done, but in that survival mode, they also found strength as far as thinking to solve for solutions that were never there. And you think, all right, further with this topic of losing creativity. So when we follow the mindset of society, following all the movies, the norms, okay, that's all good in intention, but then I think, okay, what about the ability to interact with the world itself? How has that come into play these days? And I think that is something that we can all work on. I need to work on that. I need to be out there, spend more time with friends, family, to really get outside my shell, to really be out there to talk with other people. And that is why I love this work of being a counselor, because you can always reflect and have these kind of videos. And so as I reflect kind of to other people, but also to myself in this moment, I would like to think that if I can push myself in situations to where I can talk with other people, to really think of putting myself in places where I can talk with other important people at work, other people at other agencies, other people that I can do business with, even on dates, relationships, friends, family, all that other stuff that helps you. And it reflects back your identity, because people will reflect back what they see in you as well. Keep that in mind. And when people are reflecting something that maybe you never liked, and you're thinking, wait a minute, they're reflecting something that they see in me too. Ooh, maybe I can address that. What is it that they see that I don't recognize? And that gets you thinking as far as, okay, how am I well received? Am I not received well? Is there a flaw in my character that's just not allowing me to really stand appropriately to the people in this moment now as I'm trying to convey a message? See, you can have the perfect message, but if you're not giving a good vibe, then your message is useless, because people saw the image but they didn't hear the meaning. They saw the image but they didn't hear the meaning. That just sounds good to repeat, but that is the point. If you don't have that meaning behind the image, if you're not listening, or you did but that image is just so bland, it's just so grotesque, okay, how you're not going to really take in the lesson and really move forward with that, as far as like a math lesson in high school, a lesson in college, a lesson from a sports program, practice, because everything, the teachers that were conveying that message, they were just not in the moment. They weren't on sync with the appropriate situation at the time. And that is where I'm driving this at. So imagine like a doctor going out into some desolate part of the town trying to help the homeless, and you're like, whoa, okay, that's kind of cool that he's out there helping, but how does this random situation with this doctor help us in the moment? Are we now listening to him because of his image or what he's saying? See, now you can use your image to bring back the meaning to your story, and that is where creativity can really be a plus for you. And you catch people's eyes, you catch the attention of others. They're like, wow, this guy, he's wearing something that I never would have seen in a 100 years from now, you know, like this guy's now wearing dress shoes while he's working. This guy, this lady, they're now wearing a dress or whatever that hasn't been worn in like 50 years. It just went out of style, or wow, that's kind of cool. So a timeless piece that you can bring back to life, that is part of creativity as well. And remember, it's you, the person, the individual, who can make something stand out and allow your creation, your artwork, your abilities to flow, because you are giving them an opportunity to shine through your action. And so just sharing this thought with you, with anyone who follows this on my channel, that creativity is a skill, is an ability, is the reflection that should not be just taken for granted. You have power within that image. I have power. The way we share and convey through a media, like through a YouTube channel or through other apps, whatever, in person, through your own position and work, etc. You have power within that. And so use it well, convey your message, but have the image to support that, so that way people will listen with more intent and you will succeed in whatever you do. But don't forget, don't let your image and your creativity be taken away by standards. That's also the thing I'm driving to with this video. So as I do a review with my professors concluding my internship, okay, the thing I got to remember is, yes, I did my job, I did it well, but I also got to remember of the people who helped me become more from that work, and how they really helped my image by listening and looking at their images of survival that helped me recognize, hey, there's more that I can learn from the situation. I cannot be prideful, gotta be humble. And by being humble, I will learn new things and bring that creativity to life. And there is a solution to help your identity stand out. All right, everyone. Hope this video finds you well. I hope this one inspires you to find ways to be creative, to really inspire your ways of improving your abilities, your image, and really looking at how you can avoid the streamlined effects of society and really allowing yourself to stand out in the moment, so that way you are growing as the person that I know you can be. You got this. I got this. We can make things happen because we believe in our abilities, and I know you got them, and we can bring them to life with a powerful image, and people will listen with intent. All right, everyone. Hope this video finds you well. Take care. Have a good one.